If you took her back after she cheated, if she looked you in the eye, tears streaming, swearing it was just a mistake, a momentary lapse, and that it's all in the past, listen up. This isn't just a video. This is your wake-up call. This is the hard truth you need to hear, the one your buddies won't tell you, and the one she'll desperately try to bury. Because the brutal truth is, most men in your position don't realize when they're simply being used as a safety net. You're the soft landing, the convenient rebound, the familiar comfort when the excitement of the affair has faded or the other guy moved on. She might be lying next to you physically, her hand in yours, her head on your shoulder. But mentally, emotionally, sexually, her true self, her deepest thoughts, her lingering desires, they're still with him. In this uncompromising breakdown, I'm revealing 10 brutal red flags that serve as irrefutable proof. She's still actively thinking about the guy she cheated with. These aren't subtle hints. They're glaring warning signs that you're playing a role in a script she didn't write for you. And trust me, red flag number 7, that one is a gut punch. It's the one that shatters most men, leaving them broken in half, precisely because they saw it, they felt it, and they chose to ignore it, hoping it would just go away. But before we dive into the cold, hard facts, do me a favor. If you're ready to reclaim your dignity, if you're sick of being lied to and played, if you're prepared to hear the unvarnished truth no one else will dare tell you, then hit that like button. Subscribe to this channel. Become part of a community of men who refuse to live in denial. And prove you're a man of action. Drop a comment below right now with your city. I want to know where the real men are. The ones, here are the 10 red flags you need to look for. Examine your situation with brutal honesty. If you identify more than 3 of these in your current dynamic, then I'm sorry to tell you this, but she's not truly yours. Her heart, her mind, her emotional compass, they are still his memory's hostage. Red flag 1. She defends him or downplays what happened. Pay close, forensic attention to her language whenever his name or the topic of the affair inevitably comes up. If you hear her utter phrases like, "He's not a bad person," or "It just happened," or "It was complicated, you don't understand," that is not the language of genuine remorse or a clean break. That is an emotional defense of a connection she hasn't fully severed. A woman who has truly cut ties with the man she betrayed you with, a woman who genuinely regrets her actions and cherishes your trust, will speak about him with disdain, regret, or, ideally and most healthily, not at all. His existence will be a painful closed chapter. If she still softens the truth, if she minimizes his character, his actions, or the devastating impact of what transpired, she hasn't emotionally let go of him. She is actively protecting his image in her mind, and by extension, she is preserving the part of her that still clings to him. This isn't about healthy forgiveness of an enemy. It's about the preservation of a cherished memory and a lingering connection. This subtle defense is a massive indicator of where her emotional loyalty truly lies. Red flag 2, she gets defensive when you mention him. Try it. Ask her a simple, direct, and non-accusatory question about him, or even the cheating itself, and observe her immediate reaction. If her response is a sudden snap, an outburst, if she immediately goes on the offensive, accusing you of being insecure, controlling, jealous, or living in the past, that is not the reaction of a woman at peace with her past. That is not guilt. Guilt leads to a desire for reassurance, a willingness to explain, a profound empathy for your pain. What you are witnessing is unadulterated anger, and that anger functions as a powerful shield. It's attachment hiding desperately behind aggression. She's not truly mad at you for asking. She's furious that you're forcing her to confront the uncomfortable, undeniable reality of her lingering feelings for him. Her disproportionate defensiveness is a glaring, neon-lit sign that the topic remains painfully raw, not because of the pain she inflicted upon you, but because of the unresolved, simmering emotions she still harbors for him. Red flag 3. She still follows him on social media. This one is as straightforward and unambiguous as it gets. Whether she explicitly admits to it or tries to downplay its significance, if she is still following him on any social media platform, Facebook, Instagram, X, Twitter, LinkedIn, even TikTok, she is watching him. His name is still populating her likes, his stories are still appearing in her feed, or worse, his profile is still a frequent visitor to her Explore tab if she's constantly searching for him. A woman who is truly, definitively done with a man she cheated with, a woman who is genuinely committed to rebuilding a future with you, is done. She doesn't keep digital windows, doors, or even tiny cracks open. She doesn't need to know what he's doing, who he's with, how his life is progressing, or if he's happy. Keeping him within her digital orbit is a stone-cold certainty that he still occupies a significant, active space in her mind. It's an undeniable open door, a pathway for lingering thoughts, desires, and comparisons. It's a clear, irrefutable signal that she has not cut the cord, no matter what she claims. Red flag 4, she zones out or seems distant during intimacy. This is where the emotional betrayal becomes painfully physical. You are with her. You are physically present, your bodies entwined, seeking a connection. But her eyes are somewhere else. Her mind is clearly, unmistakably not in the room, not with you. Physical closeness, what should be a moment of deep vulnerability and connection, feels hollow, empty, like you are merely going through the motions. This isn't just about the act of sex, it's about the complete absence of genuine emotional and mental presence. If she is not fully, completely present during your most intimate moments, it is because, consciously or subconsciously, she is still comparing. She is replaying past encounters, evaluating your performance against his, or simply drifting into thoughts of him. Your touch, your presence, your passion are being filtered through the ghost of another man's touch, another man's memory. This profound emotional and mental distance during intimacy is a glaring, unmistakable red flag that her desire, her true passion, and her mental landscape are still anchored, at least in part, elsewhere. Red flag 5, she brings him up casually. This is a subtle, insidious red flag, precisely because she will try to present it as completely innocuous. She might mention him in seemingly innocent jokes, relate a past anecdote that features him, or bring him up in conversations seemingly out of nowhere, unrelated to the current topic. She'll feign surprise, pretend it's no big deal, or claim she just remembered something vaguely related to him. Do not, under any circumstances, fall for this act. This is not casual. He lives rent-free in her head. When someone is truly out of your system, truly relegated to the past, their name does not spontaneously, randomly, and consistently pop up in conversation. If he is a frequent, unprompted topic of discussion, it means he is still a constant, active presence in her thoughts, a benchmark, a nostalgic reference point, or even a subtle test of your reaction. It's often a desperate, subconscious attempt to normalize his existence within your shared relationship, while simultaneously keeping him very much alive and relevant in her own mind. Red flag 6, she's secretive about her phone again. You've lived through this agonizing sequence before. You saw it, you felt it, and it ultimately led to your betrayal. Now, you're seeing the dreaded replay. Her phone is constantly face down. Notifications are silenced, or she rushes to check them privately. She takes her phone with her everywhere, even to the bathroom, even to grab a glass of water. There's a sudden, inexplicable demand for privacy around her device. You have endured this pattern before. And deep down, in that primal, gut-level place, you know exactly what this pattern means. It's a chilling return to the exact same behavior that very likely preceded the initial cheating. This isn't about general, healthy personal privacy. It's about highly specific, guarded secrecy. It's about her actively hiding something or someone. If she truly has nothing to hide, if her loyalty is solely with you, then why the sudden, intense need for digital discretion? This re-emergence of phone secrecy is not a warning. It's a blaring, unmistakable siren that her loyalty, her attention, and potentially her communications are once again perilously divided. Red flag 7. Her friends act weird around you. This, without a doubt, is the red flag that cuts the deepest, the one that can utterly devastate a man, precisely because it's often overlooked, dismissed, or simply too painful to acknowledge. Observe her friends when you are present. Do they suddenly avoid eye contact with you? Do their conversations abruptly cease or go quiet the moment you enter the room? Do they seem uncomfortable, shifty, or overly solicitous? There's a reason for their bizarre behavior. They know. They know the truth she's not telling you. They know she's not truly over him. They know you are the man who, with immense grace, took her back, while she continues to harbor feelings, memories, or even communications with someone else. Her friends are often privy to her deepest thoughts, her continued emotional struggles, and perhaps even her ongoing interactions with the other man. Their discomfort isn't a judgment of you, it's a profound internal conflict between their loyalty to her and the glaring, uncomfortable truth they possess. Their weird, awkward, or secretive behavior around you is a silent yet thunderous confirmation of your deepest, most terrifying fears. Red flag 8. She doesn't want to talk about the cheating anymore. You, as the wronged party, have every right to process the pain, to discuss the betrayal, to understand the dynamics, and to work towards genuine healing. But when you attempt to bring up the lingering hurt, to express your fears, or to simply seek reassurance, she immediately shuts down. She cuts you off, dismisses your feelings, and uses lines like, "We've moved past that," or "Why can't you just let it go?" This is not a sign of moving on in a healthy way. This is a deliberate, calculated act of avoidance. Her true translation is, "I'm protecting the memory of him, not genuinely healing the wound I inflicted on us." If she were truly committed to rebuilding trust, to earning back your respect and love, she would be willing to engage in the most difficult conversations, to sit with your pain, to patiently reassure you, and to constantly acknowledge the depth of your hurt. Her persistent resistance to discussing the cheating indicates that the subject is too intimately connected to her unaddressed, unresolved feelings for the other man. She doesn't want to expose, analyze, or dismantle the emotional attachment she still holds, because that would mean confronting the reality of her divided heart. Red flag 9. She's emotionally hot and cold. Pay close attention to her emotional temperature. One moment she is sweet, affectionate, attentive, and seemingly fully present. The next, she becomes distant, cold, withdrawn, irritable, or even resentful, often for no apparent reason in your immediate interactions. Her emotional rhythm does not align with the reality of your shared relationship. Instead, it shockingly aligns with his intermittent, internal presence in her thoughts. This erratic emotional swing, this perplexing push and pull, suggests a constant, exhausting internal battle. When she is warm, she is actively trying to be present, trying to fulfill her role as your partner. But when she becomes cold, her mind has undoubtedly drifted back to him, or she is fiercely wrestling with the guilt, the confusion, and the profound conflict of her divided loyalties. This pervasive emotional inconsistency is a direct, undeniable result of her emotional energy, her attention, and her very being relentlessly split between two men, you and the ghost of him. Red flag 10. She's not investing in rebuilding trust. After a monumental breach of trust like cheating, the overwhelming burden of rebuilding that trust falls entirely, unequivocally, on her shoulders. This requires relentless transparency, unwavering accountability, and a proactive, consistent effort to demonstrate her absolute, undivided commitment to you and your relationship. If she is not volunteering information, if she is still guarding her past or present, if you are the one constantly initiating conversations about commitment, if you are doing all the heavy lifting, chasing her for reassurance, constantly proving your love and worth to her, then she is already emotionally checked out. Her profound lack of investment in the arduous process of repairing what she broke is a crystal clear indicator that her emotional energy, her focus, and her fundamental loyalty are not fully, singularly directed toward you. She is not actively trying to earn your trust back because, deep down, on an emotional level, she is not fully committed to truly being yours. She is going through the motions, but the spirit of dedication is absent. If, after reading through these brutal truths, you recognize 3 or more of these red flags in your current relationship, then I hate to be the bearer of such painful news. But she's still his, not physically perhaps, but mentally, emotionally. And that, my friend, is infinitely worse, because every single time you hold her, every time you try to connect, every time you pour your heart into trying to heal your relationship, you are trying to close a gaping wound that she is not even trying to mend. You are expending energy, love, and hope on a battle she isn't fighting alongside you. Do not allow her to exploit your immense capacity for forgiveness to remain emotionally and mentally loyal to another man. She had her chance to be solely yours. He had his moment to occupy her thoughts and actions. Now it is your turn to seize back control of your life. It's your turn to reclaim your dignity, your peace of mind, and your future. So if you're done being second place in your own relationship, hit that subscribe button. Smash the like if you're taking your power back. And tell me in the comments which red flag hit you the hardest, because your honesty might just help another man wake up today.